Come here now, girl.
Hello and welcome to the 2020 Map of the Year series with me, BonBonB. I'm BonBonB, you're very, very welcome. So we're up to episode 4 of 6, and what have I got for you today? The answer is mountains with dozens and dozens and dozens and dozens and dozens and dozens and dozens of trees. Yes, I would say mountain forests is where we're going today. Now, if you're running a potato of a computer, probably today's 2 maps will be a little bit too much for you. So just stick around for the aesthetics and enjoying the quality work of some of the top creators on the workshop. If you're running a mid-range to a top-range computer, then you're probably going to be okay. Now, both of today's maps are from real-life locations from the same neck of the woods, or probably the same corner of the world rather than neck of the woods. You can actually drive between locations. It would take you about 12 hours in a real time, which I would say if you can drive from one place to the other in a day, that's the same corner of the world. But yes, it is quite a bit of a distance. So today's first map is North Bend, WA, Rework and Roads by Winter. So yes, real life location, North Bend, Washington State, not too far from Seattle. And there is an alternate version of this map, which kind of gives this map some very small bonus points. There's not too much really that you can do to make a map better. And sometimes when you say, here's a real life location, and I'll even give you a second map with all of the accurately placed roads that you need. If you just want to zone and do detailing, then you are good to go. So extra credit to Winter for this second map. I'm actually covering just this ordinary blank map because this means that we can do our own design, our own planning, our own road laying, and yes, if we want to copy the original layout, we can do that. It's an option. It's an option. But yes, extra credits to Winter for the second variant of the map. Both of the links to the 2 maps and the link to the finalist map coming up later on in today's show will be linked into the description down below, along with the original reviews if you want to take the map a look at the map in closer detail. So what can I tell you about this map? Well, we're using the Not So Rocky Hills theme, the Relight Average LUT. At the time of recording, it's got about 1,200 subscribers, and you need a fairly hearty 69 items off the workshop to get the thing to look as beautiful as it does, and it does look beautiful. And so a fairly chunky weight of things. 69. So once you get over 50 items, you're starting to get a bit on the heavy side. That said, it's used well. You can't fault it. You can't fault it. And if you've got a system that can run it, then definitely a map to consider using. Now, North Bend, very well known for its cliff face. As you'll see when we spin around, it's pretty well represented. I would say a fairly accurate representation, considering we are in a game and trying to create something from real life in the game. Is pretty well done. The original review, in case you are wanting to go back and have a look at the original review, this was quite recently. This was episode 1017, and so we haven't got to go too far back in time. I gave this a very solid 4 stars for aesthetics, 4 for detail, and 5 for gameplay potential. Now that 4 stars for aesthetics, I would say this is an accurate looking, very beautiful map. What holds it back is while it has an amazing cliff face, which we'll see in a moment, I feel that the entire area, while it's a beautiful area, just lacks a little bit extra in the wow factor. Now, that's really not very fair because it is a wow factor area. I would love to go here. I'd love to come hiking here, a bit of camping maybe. It's the sort of place I would love to come and visit. But as you'll see from our second map, the second map has more visual wow factor, and so that is why this map didn't quite get into the 5-star category. It's as good as it could. It's a 100% accurate representation given the in-game, and it's a very, very high 4 for aesthetics from me. So there we go, North Bend, a Washington State rework and roads with the alternate version with the pre-built infrastructure available as well by winter. A very lovely, slightly taxing map, and lots of opportunities to actually do something a bit special on this one. But if this isn't my finalist of mountains and forests, then the finalist has actually got to be something really exquisite indeed. And it is. And it's from very early on in the year as well. So let's say goodbye to North Bend and say good morning, or maybe possibly come on, thank you. It's teasing me. He's teasing me. Maybe happy springtime. There we go. It's a beautiful map, this one. As you can see, the mountain and the waters and everything just have a little bit more wow factor than North Bend. This is very special indeed, and all credit to the creator for actually producing this. Again, real life location. This time we are across the border into Canada. We are fairly close, ballpark figure, to Calgary, but in the same mountain range kind of thing. And like I say, you can drive from one spot to the other in 12 hours, so it's doable if that's what you're into. Of course, you can just load up the map in a matter of moments, and that'd be much quicker. Today's finalist is Springtime in Banff by Hooper, and what a lovely map it is. We've got a reasonable amount of build space, much as the first map. It's not a very flat map because realism. We've got a lot of trees, which is going to cause for a little bit of lag here and there because there's a lot of trees in both maps. You're going to be looking at, like I say, a fairly hearty processor to handle this. We've got great rivers in both maps. It's just that I feel that the mountains in this one, and the way that the forests interact with the mountains, just makes my jaw drop. There we go. That's what it does. It makes my jaw drop. So lovely. This particular map has its own theme mix, which is based on the combination of the Alps Dolomites theme and the Stray Cats Territory Homecoming theme. We're using the photorealistic by Reaper LUT. And this map has a very solid 3,000 subscribers, which is very strong. Very, very strong indeed. It does require almost 50 items. I think it's 46 items to be running in its full beauty mode. And I feel, again, it's well worth the 46. Sometimes you can say you get a map that has 40, 50, 60 items and you wonder where they've been used. And if you got rid of 60, 70% of those items, would it make much of a difference? On this particular map, do you know what? I think it just works. Everything is used liberally, but well. And that's all you can ask from a creator. Well, I don't really know what more to tell you on this one, other than just absorb the cinematics. It's one of those maps that it does have a very strong highway layout on it, and again the intersections are slick and smooth and clean. And I can't really grumble about anything on this map at all. It's just a map that just draws you in with the waterways. The waterways, again, you're going to want to be building along those. You're going to want to be building alongside these highways, these freeways, and the way that they cut through the forests is aesthetically very pleasing, if environmentally a nightmare. Oh, wow. Hooper. What have you given us here? It's absolutely amazing work. Now, let's start thinking whilst we do some cinematics here, because I've not really got too much else to tell you. It is what you see, great mountains and rivers and highways and plenty of build space. It's just striking. But we have got 2 shows to come, and what shows they are going to be. You think we've already got rid of the vanilla maps, don't you? Because we did the vanilla maps right off the bat. Well, tomorrow I've got 2 more vanilla maps for you coming up. They are just too good not to be featured, which will mean that that'll be 4 out of the 12 maps are vanilla. So those of you that are looking at this going, oh, I want vanilla, yep, they're coming up tomorrow. And then we're gonna finish with just, well, 2 maps which blew me away. Not 1, 2 maps that blew me away on a different level this year. One of them, I'm guessing regulars to what map will already be predicting, and good for you if you predicted it. It wasn't a shoo-in. It was not a shoo-in. I've had to spend a lot of time thinking and umming and erring, and as always with this, I'm always looking for reasons why a map shouldn't be map of the year rather than why it should be. For it to be on this list, it's already why it should be map of the year. I can give you a dozen reasons why this map should be map of the year. But should it be map of the year over another map? And then I'm looking for reasons why it shouldn't be compared. And then so when we get to Saturday, we've got the 2 maps we've got a second map which on a technical level. Now, it's not going to be a popular decision. I know this. You could say controversial, but the runner-up on Saturday on the Map of the Year show will be controversial. But I'm telling you, as somebody who's made many a map, and other map makers will also tell you that the technical work on that map is outstanding. I can understand why people are going to say, but it shouldn't be on the Map of the Year show. I don't care. It's a technical wonder, and that's what counts. Technical wonders here. Well, you've got mountains that look like mountains. You've got valleys that look like valleys. You've got forests that look like forests. You've got great choice of a theme. The theme mix is just perfect, considering we are only using 2 themes here as well to just get the exact effect that we're looking for. And the map just looks bigger than it should do, shouldn't it? I mean, we are still only working with like 81 tiles, aren't we? And yeah, it looks like it could be split over 15, 20 tiles in each direction. What's that, 15 times by 15? I'll carry the 2. That's at least 20. At least 20 tiles, isn't it? But yes, stunning work. I'm still panning. This was always going to be a map which was just about panning and saying, look at the beauty. It is a splendid map. Splendid through and through. Not my map of the year. But definitely one of my top 6. Can't argue against that. Can't find a reason to put anything above this map in that. It's all in place. Challenging to build on? Yes. Need a powerful computer? Absolutely. Worth it? Totally worth it. Springtime in Banff there by Hooper. As reviewed, what map? 822, linked into the description down below, along with the link to the map itself. And I feel that is going to be around about it. We just spin the camera around to give you that top-down view, and we can then pan and fade and start talking about what we're going to do with the rest of today. Because I think the rest of today, you should be spending time thinking about which maps we haven't covered yet and which ones should be in my final 2 shows. Do make your comments and your predictions down below, and I'll read them. I'm not going to say whether you're right or wrong, but it'll be interesting to see what you think. Well, thanks for watching, for commenting, for liking and for subscribing. Join me tomorrow for another one on the series, and of course hit that notification bell to make sure that you don't miss any more shows on the channel. I've been BonBonB, you've been very, very welcome, and I'll see you very, very soon.